everyone. So today I'm going to show you how to create a Dropbox file that can be done at the time of a new record in Airtable, create the shared URL from Dropbox and put that back into Airtable so it can be utilized. So here I've got my Airtable base and I'm going to first set up an automation and it's going to trigger when I have a new record. So we'll say when a new record is created in a properties table. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say run a script. And the script I'm going to run is going to trigger a webhook. So for me to do that, I need to go into Make. I need to create a new scenario. Airtable doesn't have the integration with Make to trigger, say, like when something enters a view. So you can trigger this to run every 5 minutes or 15 minutes. I personally like it to run instantly, so that's why I go with a webhook. So we're going to add a webhook. We're going to do our custom webhook. And you can see that it gives me the ability to add one. So we're going to go ahead and add. And let's say new record trigger. So I know what it is later. And it's going to give me my webhook URL. All right, from here I'm going to go back to my Airtable automation and I'm going to edit my script. So we're going to go ahead and paste this script that I have in here and we're going to add our variable, which is our record ID. And I need to change my webhook. So I'm going to copy the webhook that Make gave me. I'm going to replace it here. And then I'm going to end it with a pre-fill of my question mark record ID. So and then that's when my variable comes through. So now when a new property is created, it is going to trigger and run that webhook. When that comes through, we can go ahead and test it. So let's go ahead and test it. 123 Main Street. So it found that webhook with that new record. All right, after my webhook runs, I need it to find that record from Airtable. So I'm going to first connect it to my Airtable account. I'm going to say get a record. Make sure we connect it to the base, the table, and now the record ID I'm getting is what was triggered from my webhook. All right, now from here I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to create my Dropbox folder. I'm going to say create. Let's say our folder name from our Airtable record is our address. Now, if I wanted to nest it within folders, I can do that as well. So for me to do that, I'm going to go ahead and trigger on the map. I'm going to say backslash, let's go our agent name is kind of what I want as my subfolder, right? I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. Once it creates the folder, I then want it to make a shared URL link. So we're going to do the path display from our create Dropbox folder. My link access level, I'm going to put viewer. Now, if I'm logged into Dropbox, then of course I can edit it and do things in here. But in case anyone else ever had that link, it's just viewer access. We don't need a password. We don't need anything like that. So we're just going to hit OK. And my last and final step is I want to say after we've created that link, I want you to take that link and put it back into Airtable. So we're going to say update our Airtable record. Record ID is going to be our original record ID. And I need to find my field. And here, I'm going to put the URL that's created here from the create, update, share link. So when I click on document storage URL, you can see just here from step 5, I've got a URL option. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to input that there. So we're going to go ahead and say OK. Let's just auto align this so it looks nice. All right, so let's go ahead and test our record. So I had said that the folder was going to be named the address and the subfolder was going to be our agent. So within my new record, I do need to make sure that once it triggers, both of those items are there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn on this automation. I'm going to add my new record with my agent name. See, we got the record. It created a Dropbox folder. It's updating a shared link, and it says it put that link into Airtable. So you can see now in my base, I have a document storage URL, which if I click on, would take me to that 123 Main Street. And the way I have my base set up is I now have a button here that has this URL. So within interfaces or wherever it may be, we can click on that file and it takes us right there. So this shared URL too will follow this record anywhere it goes. So later on, I can say when the file is closed to move it to another folder, whatever it might be. But that is how you get a shared Dropbox folder through Make and through Airtable so that it is automatic on a record. Let me know if you have any other questions or need anything else implemented, and have a great day.